fellow YouTube listeners. This is Craig Smith II here with another episode of Let's Draw on Something. Joined by my co-host Jimmy JSmoove, who's born and raised in 901, representing the 832, and he's getting ready to make some big moves, so you definitely gonna know how he do. On this episode, we are gonna be talking about some college football conference championship previews, random talk, as well as I detail my experience working for a cable contractor known as FTS. I address how my Thanksgiving went, and Jimmy and I will share some rules about what to do and what not to do at family dinners. So, without further ado, this episode of Let's Draw on Something is brought to you in part by Limited, Limitless Naturals. There are no limits to your hair being the way it is. Holla at my girl, the Sherbet Ratliff in Memphis, Tennessee. I do not know her number at this point, but she is on Facebook, and her name is Sherbet Ratliff, aka the Sherb. And also Trey Murphy's Trey Styles Custom and Designs. There's nothing that he cannot customize. Hit him up for your NBA, NHL, NFL, MLB, soccer, family reunion, and special occasion t-shirts, along with chef hats, chef aprons, car wheel covers, name it, he got it. That's Trey Styles Custom and Designs at 901-364-3698. That's 901-364-3698. So without further ado, what's going on, Jimmy?
Man, what's popping and what's dropping, man? Just being live and direct and full effect, man. As usual, man. You know, we got the show off to a little late start, but it's all good, man. What's going on?
Man, not much, man. First thing we're gonna talk about, man. As always, toward the end of November is rivalry week. But also after the big rivalry games are over and done with, we have conference championship games. So some games have been already scheduled and determined, but there are a couple of conference championship games that intrigue me. The rematch between Cincinnati and Memphis. So that will be on at 2:30 p.m. next Saturday on the 7th. So as you all know, Memphis played Cincinnati yesterday, and it was a pretty damn good game. 34-24 won by Memphis. I don't think Cincinnati will repeat the same mistakes that they did again in the rematch, but I think this game will be pretty close. What I was impressed with, Cincinnati's defense and Mike Norvell breaking away from his ways, so to speak. You know, he wasn't sticking to his same usual stupid juice script, and Jimmy knows what I'm talking about. He has definitely been deviating away and been learning how to win a lot of freaking games. Now, granted, I think the defense has been getting better through the years. They do know how to protect the lead. Offensively, I think Brady White needs to develop some foot speed and whatnot, and the running game needs to be a little bit focused more. I mean, the running game needs to be really Memphis needs to start learning. If Memphis want to be able to win some good games, they got to be able to score a shitload of points and be able to stop teams from scoring a whole lot of points, allowing them back in the game. And that has always been Jimmy and I pet peeve about Mike Norvell and his coaching. So and then really Luke Fickell, who can pass for Cincinnati's coach, who can pass for what's the actor name?
I can't think of
Riddler. But you know what I'm talking about.
The Riddler.
Because he was in Step Brothers. I forgot it.
I can't think of it.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
He could pass for he's a dead ringer for him. They've done a good job, and I think he's trying right now to implement put that Ohio State offense in. But hey, Cincinnati got a hellified defense, man, and that defensive coordinator, young dude, he got them running all kind of stuff. But that defense is no joke at all. Cincinnati's defense is no joke at all right now. I'm not saying it ain't the best, it ain't number one, but they come off the pressure, they blitz off the edge a lot and everything, and they got all the hellified offensive line, and shit, they got a dude that's 30 years old that's a fucking right tackle. They used to be in the force in NHL, so I think Cincinnati, they'll lose the rematch, but it's gonna be close.
Yeah.
What you think?
I think Cincinnati will lose the rematch. Hopefully Brady don't give up the leads like he been doing. Because if he do, Cincinnati be prepared to make an epic comeback against them. But other than that, I pick Memphis to win this time.
No doubt, no doubt. Um, I'm gonna have to put somebody on upset alert, and that is Clemson, because they play Virginia next week in the ACC championship game. I'm gonna have to put them. Clemson ain't been playing well offensive wise, with the exception of Travis Etienne. Virginia, man, they've been showing some improvement with their offense and everything. Their quarterback tore up Virginia Tech yesterday. I mean, he had 500 yards total. 300. He had 390 something in the air, almost 390 something in the air, and he had 150 something on the ground.
Right.
I would not sleep on Virginia because, if they catch Clemson napping and if Trevor Lawrence is turnover prone like he has been this year, all of a sudden, thanks to ESPN, and by the way, we have a fan questioning on that. I'm gonna sneak that in after this part. Clemson gonna be in trouble, man, because Virginia, they had a moments. They do have a weakness. Their second, they don't have a good secondary. Their secondary is hit or miss.
Yeah.
So and really, I don't know. I think they run a three. I think they're primarily a 3-4 team, but they really don't. I really don't see the personnel. I think they're more of a nickel, a nickel based team, because I really don't see any good personnel for them to run a 3-4. So that's gonna be that Clemson against Virginia is gonna be pretty tough to call, but Clemson better watch out. Because if Virginia start knocking them on their ass, then it's over. Then Clemson may be playing Alabama in another bowl. I'm saying it right here now. I love the Crimson Tide, but I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs this go round. And I ain't watching the Iron Bowl tonight because they gonna have to bring it tonight. They're gonna have to bring it tonight against Auburn. What you think about that, Jimmy?
I think Clemson. I did say in the beginning of the season that Clemson is going to have either an upset or a near upset that's going to scare the hell out of them. So, yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. I think Clemson could very well get upset by Virginia, especially with Bronco Mendenhall. You know what I'm saying? He's a hell of a head coach. So that could easily be an upset for Clemson. But if Clemson gets past them, then I think their next toughest opponent could easily be Ohio State, depending on if they play LSU or Alabama in the playoffs. And I think Alabama again could slip in the playoffs because we got to take into consideration Alabama does have a fan base. I'm not gonna say they're obnoxious as Cowboy fans, but they are in some ways, in terms of their traveling and their ability to get the money, they are college football version of the Cowboy fans, except they got the most championships in their particular version of football. You know what I'm saying? That's the only difference between the Alabama fans. And Alabama fans is nowhere near as arrogant as these goddamn Cowboy fans talking about they're going to win a Super Bowl every goddamn year. You don't hear Alabama fans unless they got the number 1 recruiting class or a top 10 recruiting class. That's the major difference between the two. So nevertheless, I could see the only disagreement I have is Alabama may be playing them in another bowl game. And, they're probably going to be playing in a college playoff bowl game. That's if Alabama do their job and beat Auburn in the Iron Bowl. If they lose to Auburn in the Iron Bowl, then we're going to see them in a New Year's Day Bowl for sure, because you can't keep Alabama out of a New Year's Day Bowl with the fan base that they have. So I think they're going to try to find some way to get them in the college playoffs. somehow or some way or in a New Year's Day bowl.
Okay. And last but not least, LSU versus Georgia. Who you got?
LSU.
There. Because
LSU is too strong. Entirely
yeah,
too strong.
because Georgia played like shit against Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yep.
really, yeah, I can understand it was a game. It was the game in the rain. They played like shit. So I'm gonna have to go with LSU on that one. LSU too fucking dangerous right now, man. I mean, because their offense that had been a weakness ever since during the time when Les Miles was there, and then when Ogeron took over. So that offense is what brought them to the dance. And when they got old boy from wasn't it Joe Brady from the Saints to help coordinate that offense, I got to agree with Eddie O. He said he felt it was time for a change. He said change was much needed. I mean, Lisa, you loathe and despise him. I mean, he admitted it was time for a change with the offense. He got with the program. Unlike what some coaches did, like what some of these old coaches are too stubborn to do. Because sometimes that old school smash mouth shit don't even work anymore. You know?
Yeah, I agree. I agree that he did do a great job changing the program like he should have changed the program in terms of offensive things. But I'll tell you this: they got to go on and get those dudes up out of there. They got to get A&M up out of there tonight. They can't just put around. They just can't pussyfoot around with them, because if they pussyfoot around with them, they're going to be looking at another Alabama upset on Texas A&M end and not their end. So
Right.
this is a rivalry game. Like I say, the rivalry is 32-21 and 3, I think it is. I know it's 32-21 wins and losses for sure. But
Because I know back in the day, LSU used to start the season opening with them.
yeah, back in the day, and then LSU won. I think LSU pulled off 7 or 6 straight, from my understanding. Most of those games were bowl games. You know what I'm saying? But most of the wins that A&M didn't had, most of their wins they had in the 90s and the 40s, and then LSU went on a little run in the 60s and early 70s, and then that's when A&M it was mix and match, and what I'm saying, back in the day. So they've always had somewhat of a rivalry between those two schools because they're very in close proximity of one another. Baton Rouge is only 4 hours away, 5 if you have heavy traffic. You know what I'm saying? Because I just came from Baton Rouge / New Orleans. I just came back from there, and people is like, go Coach O, which they have a right to be happy. They're undefeated. They have a great possibility of winning the national championships, which some people think Ohio State, which that can't be argued because Ohio State have been recruiting in SEC territory, so, with them being able to recruit in SEC territory and dominating teams in the Big Ten like they should, they have a right to say, hey, we ready for the smoke that the SEC is ready to bring, even though they have only 3 or, they only have a handful of wins against the SEC, and they only have one official win. Really, they have 2, but Arkansas had to, they had to vacate that Arkansas win. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, they only have a handful of wins against the SEC in general. So nevertheless, Ohio State could be that team. You know what I'm saying? But again, with LSU has to go on and get those guys up out of there early, because they got to understand Jimbo Fisher is a national championship coach, and he's ready for all the smoke. He's ready to give the A&M fans what they're looking for. He's ready to give some expectation going into next season, because A&M fans, even though they haven't won a national championship since the 1930s, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're impatient too.
Yeah,
and they had some really, I think, back and forth. I think they really had some up and down years, because I think really the last good coach they had was that's my printer going down. Wasn't it Jackie Sherrill before he went to Mississippi State? Then they had R.C. Slocum.
Yeah.
And I forgot who was after Dennis. I think after Slocum, it was Dennis Francione. And then after Francione, it was
Mike Sherman from the Packers.
Man, yeah, and A&M fans was hot about that, bro. They were A&M fans was pretty hot about that shit when they got Mike Sherman, because true enough, he did have some good teams. He tried to he tried to, you know, he tried to run that NFL, the West Coast offense with Texas A&M, which is pretty good, but they really weren't winning shit. And they would start off hot, and then this before they went to the SEC. I remember when they last played Texas. I think that was back in 2011. And they basically just gave Texas that fucking game. And then ESPN, which and Jimmy, you and I, we both have been very vocal about ESPN's ass. They kept throwing shots with Mike Sherman. See, and this is apparently, this is saying the way Mike Sherman is coaching this game. This is his last game. This is his last game with A&M, and he would no longer be the coach. I'm like, damn, really?
Well, it was definitely true, because it seemed kind of biased, but it was definitely true.
And it was true though, because
Houston.
I mean,
they wanted Sumlin at Houston because Sumlin was doing so well at Houston that they couldn't pass up the opportunity to give him that little 50-minute, 1.5 hour drive from Houston, which is basically Houston, greater Houston area. But they couldn't pass up that opportunity to take him from the city and into the greater Houston area. So, and like I say, A&M fans is very impatient. You know what I'm saying? They haven't won a national title in forever and a day, but they're very impatient. That's one thing about A&M fans. I'm like, how the fuck y'all ain't won a national title since FDR was fucking president, and y'all be that fucking impatient? I get it if you're Texas, because Texas have won a national title in our time,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But you motherfuckers act like y'all have won. Y'all motherfuckers act like y'all Notre Dame. So I like, chill the fuck out with that goddamn extra ass shit. But go ahead, brother.
Yeah, and then it was true, because that year Sherman, them Mike Sherman coached teams, lost the teams they didn't have no business losing to. And so I mean, I don't know if he's coaching now. I think he shouldn't be coaching at all, period. But I give it to him. He tried. I mean, he had several good seasons. I mean, he turned Ryan Tannehill to he made Ryan Tannehill look good. He turned from a wide receiver to a quarterback, which was a tough transition, because the quarterback that he had, man, the dude was straight garbage before he had Tannehill. The dude he had was the guy he had. I think it was a black kid too. The dude was straight garbage, and Sherman got sick of him. He was straight garbage. wasn't taking his time with his throws, or nothing. But speaking of Texas,
I think he got kicked off the team, from what I understand. I think he got kicked off the team. That's what I think. That's what I think happened. I think he simply got kicked off the team.
Okay.
But I'll do my research on it as you continue. Go ahead, brother.
But yeah, I mean, and speaking of Texas, I mean, shit, Tom Herman, bro, he need to do a better fucking damn job, because I was reading something on that on ESPN, and when Sam Elder just said that old dumbass shit after they whooped Georgia in the Sugar Bowl, talking about some we're back. Yeah, y'all back, all right. Y'all back to being a 7-16 like y'all was the year before. And you know what's fucked up? The fucking backup that was up there, Sam Boucher, playing better than Sam Ellinger.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam and now Shane Buechele, I think his name Shane Buechele or one of them, and Buechele he up there at SMU
Mm-hmm.
kicking ass. Sam Ellinger he garbage, goofy looking ass. And I agree with what Mark Sanchez said about this man too. He see him more in the role of Taysom Hill. Because Taysom
Mm-hmm.
Hill, he with the Saints, and I forgot who Taysom Hill was a quarterback for somebody. I agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Buechele does not excite me, man. Because then, like Mark Sanchez said, he got his moments. Sam will have his moments where, hey, he gonna be this and that, but then other times he'll make you question like, really? You know?
Oh yeah. Yeah, man.
He'll make you question that shit. It's like, damn. So yeah, it's a but knowing Jimbo, he'll pull. I think he'll pull something out. You never underestimate Jimbo. I mean, Jimbo has a pretty good team too right now. They're not consistent on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, they good, but defensively,
Mm-hmm.
that's it. So they're the shits. They are the shits.
Yeah.
So all right, Jimmy, gotta put my email up
All right.
here. We got a fan question from. Let's see. Got a fan question from a guy by the name of Isaac. They say, "Hello, guys. Been listening to you guys for about a past year now, and with the back and forth bashing between Craig and Jimmy in regards to ESPN. I agree with both of you. ESPN back then used to be the show worth watching, and now they are barely tolerable. They always have some effed up bias, fucked up bias opinions. You say have some of the anchors that say some of the most stupidest ass shit and not give no fucks, let alone they're just stupid in general.
Mm-hmm.
Help me out here. Do you think with them merging becoming a part of Disney actually made them stupid?
Mm, well, you have a point there because at first ESPN was somewhat fair up
Mm-hmm.
until want to say right around the 97 when ESPN.com was the GoNetwork.com. When they
Mm-hmm.
started shifting on to Disney, I think you have a point there. Now, one thing that rubbed me the wrong way was with ESPN is they was beginning to start being more like CNN than they were ESPN, especially in particular with the Mike Tyson situation, with the Mike Tyson rape case. That rubbed me the wrong way. But other than that, ESPN wasn't always with the fuck shit. So I think when we started looking at that become the beginning of the fuck shit, slowly but for surely, because we started seeing a shift in the fuckery. We knew that the head of ESPN, I can't think of his goddamn name off the top of my head, and his name is fucking crazy as hell. Uh, we knew at that point that he was going to sell ESPN to Disney at that point. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't become official until 1997. So you made a hell of a point there. Go ahead, Craig.
I agree because there was also a two part on this. And he also wanted to know what if Disney ESPN would have never gotten affiliated with Disney? Would they be tolerable? Would they still be tolerable to watch?
I think they still would be. They would definitely be tolerable to watch because you don't have so many extra opinionated as people or call
Mm-hmm.
themselves unbiased. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith. Um, shout out to a couple of other ESPN tap dancing Negroes on that fucking thing. You know, it's quite a few of them on there, but Stephen A. Smith is the most notable eyes bucking Negro on that goddamn show. You know, who try to um, who try to pretend like he's for the people, but then when people start clowning his bitch ass, he started filibustering and talking about, man, bitch, get out of here, ho. That's one thing I don't like. The crowbarring of Coons on ESPN. I'm just gonna keep it 1,010. The crowbarring of Coons is what gives me what rubs me the wrong way about ESPN. Is that crowbarring? You don't got to crowbar Coons. Just keep it a buck, but respect the audience intelligence. That's one thing I don't like. When you don't respect the audience intelligence, it's a problem there.
Right. Agreed. I agree with everything what he said. I think they really, oh, they're. I mean, they lost my respect, like you said, with the grandstanding, hot dog, and the buck dancing and stuff that some of the anchors have been doing. That's one. I used to like Stephen A. before. Well, I'm put it like this: younger version Stephen A. I used to like, and there are some things that I agree with what he says, and there are some things that I don't agree with what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the James Wiseman situation, he earned, out of all people, Jimmy's props from that,
Mm-hmm.
because Stephen A. made a point about that. But then there are other things that, like with race issues and everything else that he talks about, he shouldn't be talking about it. And especially these guys that be on the football, on the football, especially with college football. I like Kirk Herbstreit, but we all know Kirk Herbstreit gonna ride the buck nuts of his Buckeyes. He gonna ride the buck nuts of his alma mater. I think the only one at that panel that got some damn good sense is Desmond Howard.
Oh, hell yeah. Because Desmond has been successful on both levels, being the Heisman Trophy winner as a wide receiver, only the third wide receiver at that particular time to become a Heisman Trophy winner. And then he was the Super Bowl MVP, basically helped the Packers win that Super Bowl with his kick returning, as well as, giving them good field position in that game. So, he definitely understands from a position on both sides as a college athlete and as a pro athlete, having both success on both levels of the game. So I
Right.
definitely respect that brother.
I mean, and Desmond's the only one that has some sense out of all that panel. As Corey Wolf said, shout out to him. Lee Corso need to sit his old ass down somewhere.
With his 73 and 85 record and 5-13 record in the USFL, he hasn't been successful on. The only success he's had when he was the goddamn winner of the Missouri Valley Conference at Louisville. You know what I'm saying? The 2 years that he had fucking success in. Other than that, he's been an epic failure as a fucking head coach throughout the course of his entire career.
And then there are also some other people that need to sit their ass down too. Dickie V, baby, he need to go somewhere. I understand that, but hold on. Let me take some time. I feel he need to go. A part of me feels he overstayed his welcome, but then again, he is the voice for ESPN college basketball.
Yeah,
because I remember when him and Jim Valvano, man, bro. But man, they would have. When I look back at some old stuff when him and Jim Valvano would be commentating with some games together, because I forgot who the other sideline reporter, other commentator was with him. Man, he between them two, Valvano had motherfuckers rolling.
Yeah.
Valvano had folks rolling though, man. I gotta say Dickie V kind of worn out his welcome a little bit. but he's the voice. But then again, he's the voice of college football. He's the voice of college basketball. I mean, and can't take that away from him.
Yeah, with Dickie V, he, in all honesty, and he doesn't know shit about basketball. Let's just keep this 1,010. When he was the general manager, I think of the Detroit Pistons, he made one of the most boneheaded plays and boneheaded moves in history as a general manager. Let's just keep this 1,010. Dickie don't know shit about basketball. However, what makes him a great announcer is his charisma in his energy level. That's all that makes him a good announcer. Other than that, this dude hypes up everybody that he could. Diaper dandy, baby, diaper dandy. And this motherfucker end up in the NBA slow as hell. Just like he put extras on, what's that dude, white boy name? JJ Redick. Even though JJ Redick is a decent NBA player, he kind of hyped up JJ Redick too much.
Yeah, he did.
He hyped up. You know, JJ Redick is doing his thing in the NBA now. He's a decent NBA player. He's not a bad NBA player because he can get you 15 points coming off the bench or being a role player. But he, as far as his expectation coming out of college, he should be a better player than that.
Yeah.
So Dickie V energy level, yes, he worn out his welcome in terms of, you know, not knowing shit about basketball. But what makes him a great guy is his energy level. He's jovial as an announcer, you know. So I won't piss on him all the way other than he don't know shit about basketball. That's okay if your energy level supersedes, you know, your knowledge. If your energy level supersedes your knowledge, because sometimes your energy level can be better. Just like Dick Vitale is what Calipari is to basketball coaching. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
Okay. Because Calipari has the best system in basketball, but he makes fuck shit ass coaching decisions as a head coach, which is why he
fuck shit himself.
Because he only has one national title. I'll give him credit for him having the best system in basketball. But the shit he did with Memphis, not once, but twice, I have a problem with that. I have a major problem with that because you're mad because James Wiseman was going, because James Wiseman verbally said he was going to go to Kentucky. But one thing about John Calipari that he was hating on, because he has Penny Hardaway's number, and he could have easily called him. You know what I'm saying? But you're not bigger than Penny Hardaway. I don't give a damn how many national titles you win. You're not bigger than Penny Hardaway because Penny Hardaway was supposed to be the next Michael Jordan in the NBA. What a lot of people don't realize. He was supposed to be the next Michael Jordan slash Magic Johnson in the NBA. The problem was injuries took away his career. And you could argue Penny Hardaway should be in the Hall of Fame. You could easily argue that. Because I think you could argue that him being in the Hall of Fame. He wasn't a bad player in college, and he wasn't a bad player in the NBA. So you could use the same argument people use with Grant Hill, because Grant Hill was proven in his prime. He was a proven player. Because he, like I say, Grant Hill had injuries not took over, he would have got just as many championships as LeBron James. It's just he could not stay healthy. So nevertheless, Calipari, Dick Vitale is what Calipari is to college basketball coaching.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
You know, because I think, I like listen to him. And Dickie makes some good points on some stuff, but we know more basketball than he knows, and we're fans.
Exactly.
So Isaac, that was a damn good question. And but if again, let me reiterate back on some things. The Disney, them merging with Disney, and it just seemed like, and then along with ABC, they had become, merging with ABC Disney, they have become more fucking goofy, and so to speak,
Yeah.
Like Jamel Hill and Michael Smith, they're gone. I thoroughly think Michael Smith will show up on Fox Sports 1.
Yeah.
He's a damn good beat writer.
Mm-hmm.
And when you watch him on Around the Horn, now the only time I watch ESPN is this. They show my boys Carolina and Around the Horn and Pardon Interruption. That's it. Other than that, when Sports Center come on, I hurry up, turn it off, because I ain't got time to hear all that shit. The bias, and they take bias to a whole new level. So yeah, Isaac, they have kind of sold themselves out a little bit in that department.
Oh yeah,
big time. We don't have no and we ain't got nobody in the chat. Let me check this game right quick, man. We only had like one fan question. Jimmy, how was your Thanksgiving, bro?
man, I could argue this is one of the best Thanksgivings I ever had. You know what I'm saying? Because me and the homies, we had a great time, man. And we a lot of beautiful women in his family. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the fine felines, you know what I'm saying, and dimes over there. You know what I'm saying? The women were, you know what I'm saying, very nice. His family in general is very nice. And, definitely shout out to the Stansel family, Mr. and Mrs. Stansel, for, inviting me to the house. They've always said I'm welcome anytime I want to come over. And nevertheless,
I mean, cut you off. Ohio State leading by 12 at halftime, 28-16.
Yeah, hopefully Justin Fields do the Heisman Trophy pose on whooping the Michigan fan base. And nevertheless, I hope Jim Harbaugh don't get the axe, but you know how bitch ass Michigan fans are. So
well, Eric Dixon, on a side note, before we get back to the Thanksgiving thing, Eric Dixon said the reason why Harbaugh didn't last because he was unbearable to be around as a coach. I can't take. Well, I'm stuttering words here.
Mm-hmm.
He was a damn good coach for San Fran, but they said that was just Harbaugh's way. He was just unbearable. He was unbearable to be around, and with the times he was difficult to deal with.
Yeah, but if y'all motherfuckers ain't won no national title since 1997.
22 years.
What the fuck is you getting rid of him is gonna do? How's that gonna change?
It ain't gonna change shit. And who you gonna have as a replacement? So I mean, shit.
You may as well keep him there because he's getting close to it. Yes, he can be unbearable to deal with, but what's this gonna do? Who you gonna get as the head coach of the fucking shits again? Because that's what the hell they are right now. Shits again. Wolverines. What the hell they gonna do?
I said the shits again.
Wolverines. That's what they are right now. The basketball team, they got potential to go to the Final Four because Juwan Howard.
Fuck. Shit, they blew your boys out. The Mark Few and the Proud, but they blew them out.
He still has Berline's talent. Number one, he has Berline's talent.
And using Berline's Jim Beeline's deep offense.
Beeline's offense. So not only that, he has access to the Midwest region, which consists of Chicago and top-level talent out of the state of Michigan. So he doesn't have to leave the region / don't even have to leave Detroit if he so choose. Yeah, he gonna be competing with Michigan State for that talent, but even if he gets leftovers, he still can coach those guys. He can still go to Chicago and get a few other players that the Blue Blood Nation is not gonna have. So with shits again Wolverines right now, that's not gonna do a fucking thing. If they get rid of Harbaugh, that's not gonna do shit. Who you gonna hire? You gonna either A, have to go to the NFL and get a coach that don't know shit about college football, or you're gonna have to look up on an offensive coordinator to recruit the same way Harbaugh has been recruiting. Because Harbaugh has been competing with along with Ohio State, or Whole State, as my boy Corey Wolf called it, Whole State. You're gonna have to compete with Whole State to be a top level recruiting class. And again, Ohio State, Whole State and shits again Wolverines, both of them recruit the same way. You could argue Penn State recruits the same way, or Penitentiary State recruits the same way. You know what I'm saying? So, nevertheless, what the hell? That's not going to do shit. If you fire Harbaugh, that's not going to do a goddamn thing. It's not going to do shit because your team going to still be in the same position they are in, and you possibly going to lose top-level recruits. Now you're going to put yourself in a position to not be able to recruit like they do in the SEC. You know what I'm saying? Right. Let these coaches do what they do. Yes, Harbaugh might be an asshole. I don't doubt that. But what fucking coach ain't an asshole in one shape or another? You can't name a guy that ain't been an asshole. Hell, what's that dude name? Ho Schembechler was a hole. Couldn't win shit. Yeah, Ho Schembechler was an asshole. He was probably up there with Woody Stroll, except Woody Stroll put his bitch ass shit out there. Woody Hayes. I'm sorry, I'm saying Woody Stroll. I'm talking about a goddamn big ass, fat ass running back. One of the running back. Woody.
Man, hey, and Luke Holtz had some stories about Woody Hayes. Man, he said Woody Hayes would piss him off. He said Woody Hayes would punch players in the face and shit.
Yeah, but with Ho Schembechler,
he said, I'm like, damn. That shit pissed him off, man.
Ho Schembechler wasn't much better. That's one thing that ain't talking about. Ho Schembechler wasn't that much better than Woody Hayes. He wasn't much better than him, from what I've heard around the streets. But nevertheless, man, hopefully, but I think Harbaugh will be okay, regardless if he leaves shits again Wolverines. Regardless if he leaves. But nevertheless, I think the basketball team, the Michigan basketball team, I'm going to call them Michigan because I respect Juwan Howard and they're doing pretty good. They could fuck around and be in the Final Four, or at least no worse than the Sweet 16 or Elite 8. So if he gets deep in the tournament, it's a start for Juwan Howard. And not only that, he has a respectable NBA name. He's a future Hall of Famer in the NBA. So whatever success that comes out of it, he's going to build himself a foundation and go back to the NBA as a head coach or even a high-paid assistant coach. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Most definitely. So you said your Thanksgiving was pretty good, right?
Yeah, my Thanksgiving was good. Matter of fact, speaking of shits against state, and if y'all listening to this, don't take no offense to it. His family, his father's side of the family, Mr. Tony, as I call him, he's from Michigan. And he's a big Michigan Wolverine fan as well. So don't take offense to it, Mr. Tony and his family. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all, but, I just got to call it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Y'all garbage. I clown my own goddamn UT Hall because they haul ass to lose the game, goddamn it. They'll run it back the opposite way. They'll haul ass the opposite way to get a safety. You know what I'm saying? So my Tennessee or penitentiary halls.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm clowning their ass. So you know what I'm saying. It is what it is. But his family's from Michigan. One part of his family is from Cali. One part of his family is from Louisiana. You know what I'm saying. So we had a great time. We had a little incident. I'm not gonna say who actually had the incident. Because I respect, but I didn't see it. That's the good thing. I didn't see it, so I was still able to have a good time. So I had me some Crown, and it went down. You know what I'm saying? Uh-huh. And, one of the ladies in the family, I was seeing if she gonna give me some cooperation, but hey, I ain't. Nevertheless, some respectable people, upscale people, black people outside of that little incident that I don't know about. Right. That's between Mr. and Mrs. Stansel and the individual that was involved, that's between them. But nevertheless, we had a good time. We were talking shit, you know what I'm saying? Talking bad about how bad each other team is and stuff like that. So, some of the fine felines over there, and even some of the people that broke up was invited. She and even Miss Stansel, I respect her dearly. She was like, just because you broke up with so and so, hey, you always invited to get you a good meal. She came over for the Thanksgiving. I mean, not the Thanksgiving, but the 4th of July party. Big booty with the afro, the brown afro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, is that you?
Yeah.
Like that was you back in the day, So she was like, just because y'all broke up, don't mean, hey, we don't mean, you ain't invited, and that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like that in my family. Once you become family in my family, regardless of what happened between you and so, if you ain't did nothing too extreme, it's all good for the hood and understood. So it's good to see upscale Black people having them a great time. And that's the type of family environment, we had in my particular family. I feel like family. And I even told Miss Stansel, I'm like, hey, if you feel like my mother, you know what I'm saying? Because it's, I felt so far at home. I could respect, her. I could respect Mr. Tony. He feels, no shade on my father. And like I say, me and my father, I plan on going to see him, I say within the next year, 2020. I haven't seen him in 11 years. So, it's been some personal things going on with that, but I'm old enough now to where we can just sit down and talk, because I'm becoming much like him in some ways of shape or form. I'm gonna do it with caution, nevertheless, but I'm not gonna bring up what happened between him and my mother, but nevertheless, Mr. Tony feel like a father figure in my own in his own way. And he held everything down. When the kids was getting that too far out of hand, he was the man of the house. He took control, and his wife, Miss Stansel, they worked together. If something potentially was going to happen, Miss Stansel, with the logical side, being how their relationship works. You know what I'm saying? She knows how to not be sharp with the tongue. And ladies, please take note. You don't gotta have a sack of nuts like your son, like your husband do, for lack of a better term. I'm saying this for lack of a better term. She knows how to be sensitive enough to talk. If it was a potential thing that was gonna happen, she has a mouthpiece good enough to be like, hey, take it. You up here, so take it down here. She has. And she does it in a very tactful way. And there's nothing wrong with being tactful. There's nothing wrong with being straightforward. You can be tactful and straightforward at the same time. It's nothing wrong with being, it's nothing wrong with being that. Because, Tony is curt enough. He's a Gemini. So Geminis can have that sharp tongue. You know what I'm saying? So she knows how to go here and come here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That don't make her a weak woman. That makes her a respectable woman. And that makes her a real woman at the same time. That makes her a woman that stays in her lane. There's nothing wrong with staying in your lane. There's nothing wrong with being submissive. And that's, they had a conversation that I'm not going to share, but, nevertheless, they came to an understanding. You know what I'm saying? So nevertheless, I had a great time. Everybody, they had all types of the top name liquor, they had the Crown, the Remy Martin, the Bud Light, Budweiser, Amsterdam. They had the top upscale liquor in their system. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I made sure I wasn't the one behind that wheel. Because one thing about me, Jimmy JSmoove live and direct in full effect. Once I get some liquor in my system, I'm not driving behind the wheel. Even if even if it's a Bud Light or Budweiser. And Budweiser is weak as they come. But I'm gonna be honest with you. With me trying to make the moves, and y'all already know how I do. And once I make these moves, it's gonna be announced live and direct. I'm not finna drink nothing. I'm not finna drink behind that wheel. That's one thing about me. It ain't finna be. You ain't finna find a tenth of alcohol in my system, much less 0.4, 0.10, whatever the fuck. You're not finna have that. If I drink anything, I'm sitting down. Mm-hmm. If I got to drive, I'm gonna wait the maximum 5-6 hours. I'm not finna have no shit in my system when I pull out there. It ain't finna happen. So it just is what it is. But we had a great time, nevertheless. It was a great time. And, we went out skating yesterday and I fell on my ass a few times, which is why I'm taking some painkillers right now. And, nevertheless, I haven't skated in 13, 14 years up in this motherfucker. So, I got more skating more often. So we supposed to do our thing, you know what I'm saying, around 3:00. So nevertheless, man, I had a great Thanksgiving with the peoples, and I think I'm thankful for the Stansel family. So
Yep. Well, mine was shitty. I'm thankful I'm living. You're gonna have to be thankful. You're gonna be thankful. Gotta be thankful for that.
Yes, sir.
Mons and I, we didn't get invited. We didn't get invited anywhere. There was some little. I'm not gonna get into detail. I felt there was a whole bunch of it was some. Let's just put it like this. It was a bunch of little rigmarole, pointless, useless rigmarole on that end. Now I did. I had to make a walk to Kroger because my mom said fixed the family. My mom said fixed the family member out a fruit salad, and that they have yet to pick up. Now come to find out, she's in the hospital. Not my mom's, but person she fixed for. She's in the hospital right now. So, and man, and then as I was walking, and listen to this, as I was walking, a buddy of mine, I'm not gonna say their name, had drove past me, right? And drove past. So when I text him, I was like, dude, you just drove past me. And his words were, I know, I'm just gonna go and put it out there. He had told me that he shitted on himself, and his stomach was bothering most of the night while he was at work. He had an accident.
That's crazy.
Okay. I put the pause on there because the response that I sent back was a gif of one of the office characters was like rolling his eyes like, really? It was like sarcasm. But it just made me, man, just kind of and it's just like, man, I'm saying this here, and that one particular incident was a tipping point or something, man, that I've been feeling for the longest because I've had, I do have good friends on here. I want, you're one. I can name a good list. But man, it just takes it just takes just one person, just kind of just really make me see the light in how that they really are. And it's just like, it's no fucking excuse. Now, Jimmy, if I pissed on myself and if I saw you walking, I'm gonna swing back around and pick you up and say, hey man, where you running? Where you heading off to? I'm going up here to All right, I see, yeah, because I got her to get to the house. Whatever, and not gonna get into detail about it. I'll save you a couple steps by dropping you off at the store, and then that's it. Or whatever.
Yeah.
But man, I just got to a point, dog. I mean, and it's been dating back since it's been dating back since November last year. I just got I'm fed up. I'm fed up with a lot of bullshit from people. Straight up. I'm tired of people taking advantage, fucking taking advantage of my ass. I hate to pull I ain't trying to coon like Steve Harvey, because about the thing about when Steve Harvey put out that memo, okay, about him being lenient.
Right.
Okay. I feel him on that, which is why I'm saying I'm gonna stop being lenient with with some people also. I'm tired of being and lenient is and if you feel I'm using big words, lenient is another form of permissive. I'm tired of being permissive with a lot of people. I'm tired of giving them second chances, and they have so much, let alone I'm done giving them rope. I'm done giving them too much rope.
Yeah.
And when they hang themselves, they still find a way to get out, to get themselves from, get that net, to get that rope from up under that neck, because they have so much slack in it. Well, I'm done being that slack, and I'm just tired of, Jimmy. I've gotten to a point where, and I've just started getting back to work, and I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. I've started getting back to working and stuff like that, and I have bills and stuff I have to pay. I understand that.
Yeah.
People got to work with me. You and I, we talked about this off the air on some things, but I'm the kind of dude. If I go out the way for you, I should expect the same return. I shouldn't expect you to treat me like fucking shit, but yet you still want me to do something for you. Those days are now over. So
Yeah.
I'm saying it live on the air. I'm not whining about it or nothing, because I do have a right to make, we as human beings, we do have a right to tell how we feel.
Yeah.
I've really been permissive too long. I've been permissive with people, man. They'll tell me they do one thing, and and then I see them on fucking Facebook and Instagram live partying down with their friends. Shit, like, oh, what the fuck? Okay, like, okay. You didn't have this and that to pay me for a job to do, but yet you out partying at my motherfucking expense. I'm just saying that for an example. And that one lone incident, man. I mean, you would think someone that you would think people that are grown would. And I'm not, and be honest with you, and really, I'm not a motherfucking survival kit. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not, I'm not your fucking survival. So, with the exception of some few friends, and anybody else, to some others, I should be the last resort. Not, I should be the last resort if you want me to do things or whatever and stuff like that. You know, I just gotten tired, and I don't know if I shared this story when I got back. Okay, this is the same person, and I'm not, don't even mean to put it out there, because it's just, and I've asked them time and time again to stop trying to insult my motherfucking intelligence, because you're not good at it. Same person had wanted me at one point to help them get their man cave together. So I was like, okay, now they're gonna pay me $100. You ain't gonna tell me, well, Craig, I'll let you know when, because I know right now, you know, you hurting. Let me put it back way. Let's just say, Jimmy, if I need to get a man cave together, you low on funds, I'm gonna say, hey Jimmy, what you doing?
Mm-hmm.
What you doing Friday or Saturday morning? Nothing. Why? You want to make $150? Yeah. Help me get my man cave together. We'll be through before dark. I just need to put some shelves and stuff up, paint it up, and get. I just need it painted, and then get the shelf and get it decorated the way we need to. Get this TV set up, and we done.
Yeah.
I got bullshitted. Uh, I got bullshit in regard to in regard with this, because the guy kept calling me, and one morning they called me at
Mm-hmm.
it was like fucking, I gotta have to say 5:45 one morning. This one I got back last year. And he was telling me something that was going on. I said, hold it. I said, man, I looked, I said, hey man. And I was just coming out honest with him. I said, now look, now you called me. I said, I'm gonna come on out with it. You called me and you asked me about helping you get something together, and you was gonna come out, and you said you was gonna be calling me sometime this week or a couple of days to let me know when you need it done. Now you've been going through the whole week calling me bullshitting, telling me about stuff that don't even fucking concern what you supposed to originally want me to fucking damn do. And I said, man, you called me early, dude. You called me early in the fucking morning.
Right.
So I'm just saying. So I was gonna come on out with it. I said, then you're gonna turn. Then you're gonna tell. You're gonna say you're gonna help me. End it with put like this. Indian giving. I
Yeah.
just flat out told, hey, told the brother. I'm like, bro, you Indian gave me and you bullshitted me, and that was something that I asked you not to do. I said, instead of you telling me about this and that, I said, then you gave an excuse about, um, you ain't want to disturb somebody while they was sleeping. When we was putting it up, dude, the shelves that he wanted to put up did not require a fucking drill. It required them little Allen wrenches, the little octagon square, little, you tighten it up a little bit, and that's it, and clamp it on. That's it. I mean, if I just told him, I said, dude, I said, you ain't got to lie about it. You didn't have to lie about it. I said, man, I said, dude, I just felt you should just came on out with it and just said, hey, I didn't need you to do it. So their response was, well, Craig, I don't think like you do, and I'll just talk to you later. Because, it was just fucked up that day. It was wrong. I called him out, hey, wrong is wrong, right is right.
Yeah.
I'm more in the way of believing in right is right. Because I ain't gonna sit up here and let you justify or let you get away with how you fuck me over. I'm not gonna do that. Now, if I not like Jimmy, like I gave it now, I know if you're struggling, I said, yeah, come on over, fix this and that or whatnot. Get the paint, man cave painting, just help me move some stuff around and we mount this TV up or whatever. And we done. That's it. Pay you $150 if you want to go out to eat. You shit, but you have $150 in your pocket, and then the food be on me. See, that's how the stuff's supposed to be. There's a difference between that. There's a difference between when you're truly right with somebody and when you are quote unquote truly right with someone.
Mm-hmm.
If you get that drift. So it just kind of made me, I'm at that point right now. I hate to say it. I like the guy true enough, but he got some flaws he needs to work on about himself, man. He needs to stop being fucking angry about a lot of shit all the time. About about a lot of things. If any motherfucking body need to be angry, it's me. I've said it before and said it again.
Yeah.
I'm doing my best to do this and that, and people are not, and people are just. I'm at a point now, man. Certain, when like I said, with exception of a few of my friends and shit like that, I'm like this here. If people don't know how to be fucking honest with me, they don't need to talk with me. They don't need to deal with me. If you can't be honest with me, then who can you be honest with?
Well, here's my thing too, man. If you're gonna be full of shit, move around. That's one thing about me.
Thank you.
Because I've had a similar incident, and this was gonna be me bringing somebody to Houston. And one thing about me, I don't mind helping people out. But
Right.
you take my kindness for weakness, I will cut your ass off at the head very fast.
That's what I was trying to think of, because I didn't mean cut you off, because and see that shit going, that shit officially ends with me. I'm tired of people taking advantage of my kindness. But when I start being brutal, but when I start being brutal with y'all ass, don't get mad with me.
One thing about me, you're not gonna if I help you out when you're down, you're not gonna disrespect me. That's that's one thing that's gonna be understood. You're not gonna disrespect me when you don't have a pot to piss in, a window through the door, throw it out of. This individual, is in a field that they could easily get a job out here in Houston. There's nothing for them to get a job out here in Houston. But when you hang the phone up in my face, one thing about me is not only did I block this person number, I blocked this person off Facebook and any possible numbers they could have. So if they come up calling me talking about they need something, because I don't mind. If you're from Memphis, I fucks with you, especially if I feel like you cool. But when you act like a whole hoe is what the fuck you are, I don't fuck with you no more. Just keep this. Let's keep this 1,010. I'm not gonna fuck with you no more. That's just me. I don't have time to play bitch ass hoe ass games with people. You know, one thing you're gonna do if I give you anything, you're gonna respect me. That goes for business. That goes for me helping people out. That goes for any. You're gonna put some respect on Jimmy JSmoove after 832. You know how I fucking do. And the way I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave you in that bayou, motherfucker. And I ain't talking about
he ain't talking about actually leaving you in the bayou, so don't get it twisted, y'all.
Yeah, that
kind of person.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but other than that, you're gonna get stuck by the alligators. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna literally do it, but you know, you catch my drift. You know what I'm saying? Nevertheless, don't disrespect me. Nevertheless, put some respect on my name. If you got an agenda, move around. That's just all. Because one thing about me, in Memphis, I took a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, I should say I took more shit than I needed to take. Yeah. Out here, I'm not taking anybody's shit. I barely take shit at my goddamn current job now. I had to step to a motherfucker that was my former manager to let him know, don't ever fucking lie on me.
Again, bro. I'm gonna be talking about my old job in a minute.
Look, I ain't gonna put my job name out there until I do better for myself. But I had to step to this motherfucker. I'm like, look, if I did something wrong, you know me well enough to come to me and step to me correctly. You know, because I had one of my other managers to say something fly to me, and I G-checked his ass about saying something fly to me. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how my get down is off air. I do enough things to where they know what it is, but nevertheless, I had to step to him, and I went to the human resources office after I get through step because we shook hands, we settled this dispute. Nevertheless. And I went to the human resource office, and she already knew what happened because she was telling me she saw on camera me G-checking this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And I told her, well, hey, you know, because I came in that motherfucker like this. And whenever you have a problem on the job, what you do, you know what you do?
What's that?
You go to the human resource office, and if they don't already know, don't mention it. But if they know and you feel like they know, what you do is you be like, hey, I need the company handbook so I can stay in compliance with the job's rules and regulations. That's what the fuck I did. I beat them to the goddamn punch because she was supposed to step to me, but I beat her to the punch. That's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? When you get into an incident, you get in trouble, you be like, well, let me get the handbook so I can stay in compliance. You know, I wasn't in no trouble, but they already knew that I had I had reason to step to that motherfucker because it was something there. Again, we shook hands like men and we took each other to the game. But nevertheless, when you get in trouble on the job or when there's a confrontation on the job that you feel that could escalate, going to the human resources or some of the people that's a part of HR, you step to them and be like, hey, I want to stay in compliance with the company policy. I need me a handbook. Well, I'm like, well, why do you need the handbook? I'm like, I just want to stay in compliance with the rules and regulations of this company. That's what I did. I beat them motherfuckers to the punch. So when you have things that happen that could possibly be talked about across company lines or the company's line, you beat them to the punch on that. And I told my friend to do the same thing. So I took to do that. But nevertheless, one thing about me, I don't give a damn if you own my job, you got authority over me on the job. You're not gonna fuck me over, especially if I'm one of them people that can bust my ass for you and that helped you. If you can't respect me, don't ask me for help. It's just simple as that. I'm not your bitch. I'm not your trick. I'm not your hoe. I'm not your dancing hoe. I'm not your John. I'm not any of that goddamn shit.
Hell no. Hey, I make it known, and I make it known about myself about that too. Yeah. You my motherfucker may think I'm weak. Let me tell you something. I will whoop your ass. I will physically whoop your ass. I will mentally whoop your ass. Because if because like I'm gonna tell you like this here. I've been trying to sell some artwork for the longest. That way I can have some little money in my pocket. Now, and everybody want to bullshit. if you're gonna show some fucking interest in my damn shit, and if I say, hey, this needs to go now, don't bullshit me all fucking day. If you can't afford to spend $20, it's something seriously wrong. I mean, shout out to Trey Murphy, because Murphy and I, we talked about it. He said niggas these days, they act like they, and just he was honest. Niggas these days want to act like they fucking cheap, but they ain't too goddamn cheap to take their ass to a fucking Ruth Chris Steakhouse and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
And that's the way Memphis motherfuckers is. They'll beg for what they need and they'll pay for what they want. That's the way motherfuckers is. And like I say, you know, I would tell them if this was a business transaction, you know, I would be like, man, come back to me when you got the money, or when you ready to spend. And you know, because you do in a business transaction, you do have to be a little bit more tactful, unless you just got one of those Negroes that just gonna be contrary to be contrary. That's a different little situation than, you know, a non-business transaction. So, but again, to the people that's bullshitting my boy, when you're ready to spend some money with my boy. You know, don't sit up there and jive and tam dance and backhand slide with this shit. No, if you want to spend some money, spend some money. Don't jive people, because you know his artwork takes a lot of time. That takes precious time on him doing something else. So, nevertheless, you know, just respect people time. You know, respect people time.
Yeah, and it's just like, man, you know, but as far as old boy go, I mean, you know, he and I, we still could be cool. But look, you know, I'm, you know, I'm not. Well, I ain't doubling down. I mean, what I said. If you know, from now on, if people don't know how to be fair with me, and you don't want to take me seriously, then don't deal with me. And because people are no, but Jimmy, you know, people are in no position to tell me, don't know, are no position to tell me about how the fuck I need to be. Jimmy don't tell me that. What Jimmy look like telling me how I need to be and how we are. We know what type of people we are, and I've seen Jimmy G check the shit out of somebody when we worked at FedEx. And you know, it's like when you hard back on that. Let me go back on something when I talked about the rampage, the Zach Cook guy. Like I said, he was very disrespectful, right? And you know, with the time when I said when he didn't want to talk to me, he'll talk with everybody else, but he made his business to ignore me because he felt like he could. He was a little condescending. Him and my pop's partner Ronnie, they were both of them some condescending motherfuckers, to the point I'm put like that. They were so damn condescending they would make Trump proud.
Yeah, let me go take this painkiller real quick, but keep on talking, bro. I'm gonna have to take some painkillers again, man.
Jimmy finna take him some Jimmy finna taking some drugs. He been taking some drugs right now, y'all. But yeah, you know, but and you know, and people that like if they're interested in my artwork, look, I don't want you jimming and jiving with me. If you're gonna be serious about me, if you're gonna be serious about post buying my stuff, buy it. If you too fucking cheap to pay me, I even go as far as down as to give you the cheapest price fucking affordable. And you too cheap to pay that. And like Jimmy said, motherfucker, he'll have to repeat that again, but that's basically Memphis people. Well, let me go on and say it. The street nigga way. You got too many people in Memphis always begging for what they want. Beg. Actually go actually work for it. Do something. But then it's hard for folks to beg, because matter of fact, it's hard for folks to work because they don't, a lot of people don't know how to work for shit. Like there's someone that I know that told me one time that they quit a job to They're the same age as me. Now here I am at my job. Yeah, I'm gonna be pulling some straight jack and overtime this week for myself. And if I'm at an age where if I'm able to work a 10 to 12 hours, a 10 to 12 hour shift or whatever for a certain amount of money, it don't care if it's $18 an hour, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna suck it in and do it. But if you tell me that you gonna quit, you quit a job because you ain't got too fucking old to work 10 to 12 hour shifts, and you rather go out and hustle, there's something seriously wrong with you. And if you Jimmy's age and my age and on up talking about some, you rather quit a job and hustle, there's something seriously fucking wrong with your ass. And that's the straight up truth. Well, I'm waiting on Jimmy here to finish doing what he doing.
What it do, man? I'm back.
Yeah. No, but I was just talking, man, about just while I was waiting, killing time, and I'm multitasking because I'm sitting here playing solitaire too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I was saying, I said there was somebody that I know that told me they the same age as me.
Right.
Let me go back and retell the story. You were gone. I didn't know if you heard. They the same age as I am, and they a couple weeks ago quit a fucking job that was paying them $16 an hour, and all he had to do was work between 8 to 10 hour shifts to get their 40 a week. And they told me that they quit working because they too damn old to be working 10-hour shifts, and they just rather hustle. If you fucking 30, if you my age and Jimmy's age and up, and you talking about you rather hustle at our age, something wrong with you. Now I can see if you our age and you retired. Okay, yeah, you can do that. But if you talking about hustling, talking about want to get in the hustle, and you ain't all you want to do is hustle, and you ain't got your own shit. I can't even speak on that.
Yeah, it's absolutely bonkers to say some fool ass shit like that. So I mean, people need to grow up. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, indeed.
People need to grow up. Especially if you're making 16, like that. Dude, stop.
Hmm.
I get it if you in somewhere like in expensive ass New York,
Yeah.
because
Mm-hmm.
$16 an hour living in New York City, you may as well go sell some drugs or some shit like that, or
Man, what
some
shit?
hoes.
You basically gotta fucking have you basically gotta have a good ass job in order to work in
Yeah,
order to live in New York.
yeah, you gotta be getting paid like 20, 30 an hour to live off there over there. So
Mm-hmm.
I get it, but you talking about motherfuckers talking about hustling in Memphis, $16 an hour. You living good in Memphis,
Mm-hmm.
you know. You're not, the cost of living hasn't went up yet in Memphis to where you gotta do all that. So it's crazy, man.
And what I'm saying, now just folks just fucked up, and some people are just really fucked up in the head too, man. I'm 41. I don't mind getting out working. And let's say this, and then people say, well, Craig, you ain't never had shit on your own. You a fucking lie.
Uh-huh.
I had 2 apartments on my own.
Right.
Then I had a house. I lost that.
Yeah.
But everybody say, oh, well, you lost it. And then and Jimmy, I told you the reason why I lost that house down in Alabama. Now, the first one, not the last one.
Yeah.
I told you about that one. But motherfuckers will still say, oh, well, it's still your fault, though. Okay. That's kind of misconception about me. They look at me and think, man, Craig,
Craig number just a straight up. He ain't number just a straight up fuck up, and he this and he that. You know, a lot of people think I'm a fuck up, and they always want to compare my ass to my pops. And I'm tired of that shit. I'm sick and tired of that shit too.
Yeah.
I'm tired of being compared. I'm tired of being compared to my father. And again, comparing me to my father is like comparing ice cream to horse manure. That's just straight up truth. I even told him that. You know, he was like, "Oh, well, that's how you feel." Well, shit. Anyway, no, if that's how I feel, hell, I'm just tell the truth, shit. You know. But man, but yeah, you know, like I said, my Thanksgiving, but granted, it was shitty despite that incident. Now my ex, she did bring us, my mom's and I 2 plates and stuff like that. You know, a couple plates over and everything. But you know, we weren't, we really weren't invited. You know, moms and I, we really weren't invited nowhere. We like I said, we were invited, but then there was just a whole bunch of creative, some certain creative issues involved with that.
Right.
So it was a whole bunch. It was a lot of creative issues, and it was a lot of creative issues involved as far as that went. And I'm not gonna, don't want really want to get into it. And then I found out my mom, she had talked to her aunt back home in Chicago. My aunt, she just turned 90. Like again, my aunt just turned 90 in October. Right. And it was finding out what what if if her own grandkids, who have to be my cousins, if they were gonna pick, was gonna scoop her up and let her have a good time. They ain't call her, man. So she gonna have to say she was gonna have to find, said she was just gonna have to scour to get something to eat. Now I don't know if they did pick up or did anything special for her or what, but it's just it's it's a little pretty fucked up world we live in right now, Jimmy, where everybody want to live like this is survival mode, and that's all they fucking know how to do.
Yeah.
There's no love nowhere anymore. You can't. It's more about. It's more about when folks basically, hey, we in just survival mode, and like in the survival of the fittest. They only want to fuck with you if you got this and you got that. So there's no love. There's no love anywhere. Hell, kids don't. Kids don't even love their parents anymore, and vice versa. I don't see it. When some kids got asked themselves, man, when was the last time I told my mom I loved them? When was the last time I told pops I loved them? When was the last time I told my son I loved him? When was the last time I told my daughter to love him? Such and such and vice versa. Everything is just all about fucking goddamn survival.
And they don't plan for the future enough to where they don't have to be in survival mode. That's the problem for a lot of these people out here. You don't have to always be in survival mode, because once you get in survival mode, you can be very manipulative and you not realize you're being manipulative. And some people know what the fuck they're doing too. That's itself too. So, stop always putting yourself in survival mode. So I agree with you on that.
Yep. And then be talking about, I know what I be doing. Y'all need me. Okay. You fuck around, get your ass hurt. Don't say nothing. Don't say we want to tell you so, but we told you so. Speaking of jobs, Jimmy, we'll have to go back down on me because we got 2 more topics to cover. This is going to be the last one's going to be the do's and don'ts about when you're invited to a family dinner on holiday. We'll go back down to memory lane. Back in September, I got let go from there's a contracting company called FTS. They contract with Comcast and shit, right?
Right.
Okay. So the reason why I was let go from that job was because some dipshit had called in on me saying that I was texting and driving on Germantown Parkway.
Right.
Okay. When to my defense, The only thing I did, I just picked up the phone to answer a call, and that was it.
And
Now,
let me ask you this before you go any further. Did you tell the company that's all you did?
I told them that.
That's mistake number one. You may as well have said you wasn't texting and driving. That's first and foremost. Unless they got cameras in your van, I say,
And they don't.
okay, so you shouldn't even said nothing because that was like you basically that was a form of you kind of telling on yourself without trying to tell yourself on yourself. And I know you weren't doing anything wrong, but sometimes that's the way these bougie ass companies look at it. But please continue, sir.
So when like I said, when they called me in, man, you know, the whole job in general, because I got hired there back in April. Okay.
Yeah. April.
Back in April. Now, job was good. I mean, the money, you know, I learned how to do you know, I learned how to install cable and shit like that. But where I fought things at, man, I fought the leadership was just about as fucking piss poor.
Yeah.
I'm talking about it was I'll put it like this. Their leadership with management was so piss poor the Trump administration will cry.
Damn.
That's how
Oh,
bad it
really?
was. Yeah, I went as far as to compare them to the Trump administration. Um, but also in me dealing with the people, and I think I believe I said on your show, some of these customers, man, I've dealt with some good customers, but you got some ones they'll just be so fucking stupid.
I agree.
Now I'll tell you this. Now my favorite route to work in was South Memphis and Orange Mound, cause I had a customer in South Memphis that man helped me, cause he told me
Yeah.
what all had to be done. He needed a new he needed a new aerial. So when
Yeah.
I was about to pop that I was about to because I think one of his aerial cord got chopped in half, and they always tell us if it get chopped in half, just go ahead, just replace it with a new one. And the guy told me, he said, "Man, that's a fairly new cord right there." So but I still had to replace it because the shit was still hooked up to the thing getting power.
Right.
So I mean, I've make a long story short, I've had hey, I had some good customers that were pretty cool. Some of them some of them tipped me well. I've had some why you gonna get why you gonna get the damn service and then you gonna call cancel your shit when I arrived there and you couldn't even get service at all because you gotta have somebody to dig up under your house to put the buried wire up under it so you be able to get the shit.
Yeah.
You know, stupid folks. The dispatch is so fucking goddamn stupid. Like one of the dispatch gonna tell me the customer um I had a job over off on Leland Street. That's South Memphis. That was my last 5 to 7. And the
Leland.
specific
Yeah.
instruction was the dude he just needed a new ground block and have what was all inside his ground block rechanged and with new fittings put on. Okay, I can do that. Simple job that would have took 10 minutes, 5 minutes. But instead, they give me a fucking 5 to 7 to go out to Poplar Avenue. And the dude gonna tell me I'm the closest tech. I said I was the closest tech available. I'm like, you a lie. I said, you got 6 other techs that are available. Well, they on jobs right now. I said, okay. I said, well, the map I'm looking at, there are 6 techs that are available looking for work. And you gonna grab me. You gonna pick me to come from South Memphis to Poplar. Were you closer? South Parkway and Poplar are not close to each other.
No.
But the leadership though, man, it's a good job, but the management, especially, I'm not gonna say the guy's name, the head manager, great guy, But the man just about as stubborn as lead water and duck shit. He don't want fucking he don't want fucking listen to you. It's like what he say go. Like even though when you in the right, he still want to come back with all these questions. Like I asked him, man, I'm like he come ask me about something. Well, why you didn't do that? I said, well, wait a minute. I said, well, let me turn things around and ask you a question. Why is you coming back and why is you talking over me and answering my question with a question? I said, and I was being honest and I had to G check him. I said, let me be honest with you up front. I said, I'm not speaking as professional, I'm speaking as me. I don't play that question for question game. I said, I'm explaining something. I said, and plus, I don't explain myself to you because you look for an excuse. I said, I'll give you a reason as to why I did something and did it that way. So when I gave my reason, he said, oh, okay. But still, and I left it alone. But but like I said, the customers they're so fucking stupid. I even hear one guy gonna tell me he wanted a cable so bad, he gonna fucking tell me that I could have hooked him up a line across the street. Now his pedestal was across the street, right? And it needed to be buried. He didn't have nothing coming up from the burial. That man wanted to tell me that I could have hooked this shit up from across the street, dragged the cable from across the street to his house on the sidewalk. I said, sir, I can't do that. Well, you're just an incompetent professional. I said, well, you know what? You have yourself a good day. And I told my supervisor at the time what happened. Shot him the address, and he came back to me the next day. And he told me, he said, yeah, I took care of that. And he said, yeah. So he said that dude gonna be waiting a whole minute in order for him to get some cable.
Oh,
you know. But man, the man, like I said, the job, the pay was good. But just management, sometimes management was just like with the fuck shit. And then like they wanted to say like I wanted to run away from jobs. Okay. When it's fucking raining, we ain't got no bit one first and foremost, and even my cousin told me this. And cousin he lives in Chicago and he deals with they install cable and fiber optic cables. Okay. He even tell his guys if it's raining or snowing, and if you got to feel you got to cuss somebody tell you got to climb pole, don't climb that pole.
No.
You ain't supposed to climb no pole.
No.
I had the damn supervisor tell me one time, well, go climb up. I'm not climbing. I said, dude, it's fucking raining. And I even said in the meeting, I said, so from now on, you fucking tell me, if anybody tell me I got to climb a pole pouring down rain or snowing, that customer ain't getting no damn service because I ain't finna wait because I'm not finna wait till the man upstairs get through with his work so I can appease the customer. No.
I agree.
And like I said, they and the man would be so stupid. Like they fired a guy. Guy was in an accident. He wasn't their fault. They fired him. Somebody hit him. He wasn't their fault, so they fired him. They fired a partner of mine, a damn good worker. I'm not gonna say his name. Gonna say that he wasn't doing his job. And he get QC, and he does these little, and they want you to be all about these quality control pics, quality control, sending pictures of quality control with all the work you've done, and then they always want to add extra fucking shit. They always want to add extra. They always want to add extra shit.
Yeah.
So it have you doing extra work for little or nothing. Okay. And I didn't like that. I mean, now if they were paying more, I would have, I wouldn't have minded. I mean, and checks are pretty healthy. But when you don't treat your employees the way you don't treat your employees respectfully, man, and then you want to talk to them any kind of way. Like I had to the same thing. I had to check my manager, man, about the way he was scheduling something, cause I missed a Sunday. Okay. And my off days at that point in time was Wednesday and Saturday. and he gonna schedule me to work Saturday. So I told him, I said, well, it don't make no sense. I said, well, really, you didn't give me the freedom of choice. You didn't come to me and ask me, well, hey, Craig, what day you want to work? Do you want to work Wednesday or Saturday? You didn't come up to me, and I told him, I told him his name Ruben. I'm gonna say his name. His name Ruben, great guy. But as far as professional goes, um, his professionalism is lacking. I'm gonna be straight up. I told him, I was like, I felt you didn't come to me was professional enough to ask me, well, hey Craig, you want to work Wednesday or Saturday to make up for your day that you missed. You just gonna tell me what you just gonna put me on a schedule. I'm like, whoa, okay, we working at a job now where we don't we don't have the freedom of choice anymore. So, huh?
I said, dang.
So we can't. So it's not in y'all, but it's not in y'all best interest to ask your employees, hey, what day would you like to work? I said, so we in that business now? So when he was talking about something, and he was talking about, he said, well, when I had you guys off 3 days and only working 4, he said, I felt you guys deserve it. I said, yeah. I said, well, I feel you on that. You know, he said, well, why you complain to me about that? I said, well, because I didn't feel the need. I said, well, to be honest, I didn't feel the need to. Now I'll be complaining to you. I said, now I can see I'll come to you complaining if you're gonna have me working 2 or 3 days, but I ain't gonna complain about the fact you're gonna have us working 4 days and off 3. I'm not gonna complain about that, but I am gonna complain about the fact that you're not letting nobody that you didn't come to me about hey, you didn't come to me. You had to tell my supervisor so he could tell me. I said, the bottom line is, I felt you should have just went on ahead and you should have just asked. I said, and also on that Wednesday, did you not have 5 people call out on you? He said, yeah, I did. I said, okay, well, you could have you could have called me in right then and there. I said, because hey, I was booked to do something Saturday, man, and that Saturday, and that messed up. I said, that kind of messed up my little bread,
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about, and then always abuse this saying, that's the nature of the beast. Well, yeah, okay, but it's also so it's in the nature of the beast to mess up someone's money. So that really was a bad. It was a good job that had its old fucked up ways, man. And I advise anybody, if you're looking for a job, if you're looking for some cable, you install cable or whatnot, go straight to the company Comcast or whatever, or matter of fact, just go straight to AT&T, and don't deal with FTS.
Right.
They'll Ashing promises, and then and another thing, and I had to get on my supervisor, man, because if I had to tell him something about myself, because I was mad about some things, man, because I got tired of them nagging about, well, Craig, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing. I said, maybe if you all would check and give me a chance and be complaining. And really, most supervisors don't be doing that. They sit their ass up in there in the office all fucking day, talking cash money shit about their employees and stuff like that. Now, my last supervisor, Robert, great guy, great guy. But I had to He called himself G check him. He called himself trying to G check me, and I had to G check his ass back. Talking about the way kind of person he is. I said, well, look, I apologize if you felt that way, man. We should be cool. But he still started talking about the shit. And I told Robert, let me tell you something about me, man. If I gotta fucking apologize to you if you didn't get when I apologized to you the first time about an incident and you didn't say okay and you still yammering on with it, you don't fully accept my apology. And as I said, and you know what this conversation sound like? Listen, and I just hung the phone up on him. I ain't even bother answering the phone no more.
I don't blame you.
And then half the time he act like he didn't want to answer the phone, like he was like supervisors are so freaking busy. You know, if we got a problem about something we want to address it's your job to address the problem. It
Yep.
just pisses me off, man. It's not just with people like him. It just pisses me off with people in leadership in general. Hey, if you don't want the responsibility of being a leader, don't fucking be one.
Yep. I agree.
You don't want to be in leadership, don't fucking be one.
I agree.
Hell, let me let this laugh and get through. His mom's laughing about something. She ain't laughing about that. You know, if you don't want, if you feel being the pressure of being a leader is a burden to you, guess what? Step down.
That's true.
You don't want the responsibility of being a leader, guess what? Step down.
I agree.
Because also what that says about you. Yeah, my phone was ringing. Uh, you know, if people don't want you, if you know, and then plus being a when being a leader kind of at your job also says a lot about you away from the job. If you're a father, if you're a parent, you know, if you don't want to be able, if you don't want to be take up responsibility of being a leader, what this says about you as a parent, you got to be the leader of the household. What this
Yeah.
says about you in that regard, you know.
I,
But when I got let go from that job, man, the fucking the HR department, they're so fucking garbage.
yeah.
Man, they garbage. And I thought FedEx's HR was on the up and up, which I think they are, but FTS's FTS's HR, they full of shit.
Oh
That you
yeah.
know, because a partner of mine, he called in, he called to talk to HR about some things that he was having issues with, you know, like with the manager and everything else. Next thing he know, he off work, his off day on a Wednesday, he off work, and they tell him, hey, we need you to come in. We need you to come to the office around about 9 o'clock, 8 and 9 o'clock. So he like, okay, and said with no reason the manager fired. No
Yeah.
explanation. Didn't he get a man a chance to fucking talk, which I think is real, which I think is very disrespectful. Uh, didn't give him no chance to talk, no chance to defend himself or nothing. Just fired him right off. Just fired him right off the spot. Fired him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but and then in the aftermath of that, I seen. Let's see. When I got fired the week before that, one of the good techs quit. Then and I think and then I saw two other techs that I used to work with them, that I used to work with. They work at my job delivering.
Yeah.
So and one dude said, hey, he happy where he at. He happy doing what he doing because he said, FTS the money paid good, but he said they was just with the bullshit.
Yeah.
He got tired of dealing with it.
Yeah.
You know, everybody, and then some of the dumb shit that they do. Like if you don't make a certain amount of numbers and shit like that, they'll send your ass down to Tupelo
That sucks.
to work down to Tupelo.
That sucks.
Hmm. So they got some they got some more fucked up ass policies, and they treat everybody like they fucking children.
Yeah.
So I can't stand jobs like that. But other than that, man, I mean, hey, I'm happy where I work at, and right now I don't have I don't have no complaints.
Yeah.
Um, and then like I said, I'm be trying to pull some overtime. Now I'll be trying to pull a lot of overtime all next month because I know starting tomorrow I will be. And they give you the opportunity. unlike our last employer, they will notify you. Can select the option to have them notify you about extra hours coming up, and you can choose them.
Yeah.
So, and that's something that I do like.
Yeah.
So, if anybody that's publicly heard my is publicly hearing this podcast and if anybody from FTS that's still working there felt that I slighted them in a way, um, it is what it is. No doubt. I mean, hey, it is what it is. I spoke about some things. And I'm like what Bruce Arians, the Tampa Bay coach, told his players when he started at Arizona. I'm not going to talk about you personally. I'm going to talk about you professionally.
Exactly.
But if you decide to go the personal route, tread fucking carefully.
Exactly.
Because some of you guys that work out there, like I said, man's a great guy, because he said he from he from Texas, El Paso, because he did work in El Paso and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I'll say this about you, dude. You need to work on your professionalism. Ruby, you need to work on your professionalism and talk and learn how to talk to people. Don't talk at people. We
Exactly.
ain't children.
Exactly.
We are not children.
Exactly.
The guys that you still have working at your company, I'm pretty sure they are not fucking children. So and you would not, and yeah, I'm telling you what to do as a leader, and you would not treat them as such. Because I was gonna let you talk to me. Okay, and you knew, and hey, he knew from the jump. I was gonna let him talk to me kind of fucking way.
Oh yeah.
Because I have a thing. Which one you want? Do you want the West Side? Where do you want the West and South Side Craig from Chicago, or do you want South Memphis Craig?
I feel
So,
you.
but other than that, we got one more little thing. We're gonna share these little do's and don'ts. Now, if you're a total stranger, and I'm gonna share some experiences. And Jimmy, you can feel free to chime in with this. The do's and don'ts of if you are a visitor or if you're a guest of a member of a friend of yours that has been invited to a family dinner for the holidays on Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yes, sir.
And we are gonna jump into that right now as we speak. When you do, and then I'm gonna share some experiences about and even if and to some of my family members when I go, when I go over to their house too. So I'm gonna start with me first. First and foremost, if I'm invited, I'm speaking as far as on my side of the family goes. I don't mean to put the business out there. If we are invited, well, it's just rules in general family feast. It's nothing particular. If you invite my mom and I over your house for dinner, and the food's supposed to be ready at what time, whatever time you say it's supposed to be. Don't have us show up and then next thing you know we eating 3 to 4 hours fucking later because you just started cooking shit. Now, if you ain't got nothing together, at least have an appetizer, some chips and dip or something. Because there have been times, man, I've been invited to several people's houses, man. They didn't have no food ready, and my appetizer was I had to swallow my fucking spit. You know, I don't want to be that. And then and that's also with some things like that on my side on my side of the family. I
Yeah.
don't like doing that shit. So if you're gonna invite somebody, if you're gonna invite either family member or along with the family member, or family members along with their guest, friend, or whatever, and if you tell them dinner is at what time, whatever time, we expect everything to be fucking ready.
Yeah.
Okay. You got anything you want to add on that, Jimmy? Or you agree with that? Um,
And when it comes to cooking, just stay in your lane. That's the main thing. The last, I say within the last 10 years, I have nothing bad to say in terms of people inviting me to cookouts and stuff like that. I can't really say that anybody that's cooked for me have cooked anything nasty, but
Right.
yes, y'all asses do. Because I've had the fortunate task of having some good cooks. Then that don't mean I won't have any, but just stay in your lane. If you're good at chips and dip, stick to chips and dip. If you're good at barbecue, stick to the barbecue.
And if you're good, and if you good at just bringing paper plates and napkins and cups, stick to that too.
Cosign 1000%
Because
cosign.
when a family member tell you or tell another family member to bring that shit, 9 times out of 10 they cannot cook.
Exactly. So just stay in your lane and do your thing. So continue, brother.
Okay, another thing. If you're a guest, I'm speaking with the guests. If you're a guest and when you're invited, handle yourself accordingly. And
Agreed.
when and also to the family that and also with to families, if I do invite a guest, hey, go into business and make them feel welcome. Don't go into business and make them feel uncomfortable. I got some Hey, I have some people on my mom's side of the family that do some shit like that. I ain't saying their name, and to my understanding, they are still that fucking way.
Exactly.
They're So when you're the family, don't go into business for yourself to make that your family members guests feel comfortable, feel at home, not feel like they're like not feel like they ain't welcome. Okay. Another thing. So let's just say if I invite somebody to my house, or if Jimmy invites you, if Jimmy has a house, he invites his family members. We all got somebody in the family that don't know how to that don't know how to sit their ass down. So when you over at at that family's house, sit your ass down, sit still. You can get out, stretch your legs a little bit, whatever, but don't be walking all around the fucking house.
And some of this also should be common sense as well. And don't get another thing too. It should be common sense, but motherfuckers is dumb. And we come in an era where motherfuckers don't have common sense and they don't have a man around the house.
Mm-hmm.
But unless you're invited, never go in nobody's master bedroom.
Never.
This not only goes for get-togethers, this goes for any situation. Don't ever go in nobody's master bedroom unless they invite you in that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
That's how people get shot. That's how people get all types of science fictioning type adventures going on that they don't want going on. Don't go in people's master bedroom, and keep your damn kids out people's master bedroom as well. That's another thing.
Thank you.
Unless invited and let's give them this go ahead. Don't go in people's master bedroom. Go to people's restroom. Ask people where the restroom is. In case you get too full of that liquor. And we're gonna talk about the liquor part as well. And all you need to do is know where people's living room, den, and bathroom is, and kitchen. That's the only place you need to be in somebody's ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's saying he was somebody's ass. So don't go in people's master bedroom looking all over people's fucking house. Because I had to go in my people's master bedroom, but that's because they told me I can go. But I'm saying if not invited, don't go in people's master bedroom. Continue.
Yep. And also another exception to the rules is if the bathroom full, and that should be and if they tell you, use one in the master bedroom. Yeah, okay, that's fine and good. But if you had to go real bad and you had to go and do that shit, man, you better let that person know. Hey, I apologize. Hey, I had to go to the bathroom real bad. I had to the other two bathrooms are stopped up, so I had to use one master. If they say, okay, that's fine. That should be an exception to the rule. But like Jimmy say, do not go into the master bedroom unless you're told to do so.
Exactly.
Also, if you let's see, if there is a football game on, I would like to hear the game instead of y'all mouth. And if I gotta turn the TV up sky fucking high to hear the game, that doesn't mean you gotta get sky high.
Exactly.
That shit is rude. This is all families there. That is fucking rude. Don't say we're gonna watch the game and then y'all talking over the game. I don't
Yeah,
like, you know,
that should never
that
happen.
that is fucking rude. Straight up. That is rude.
That should
That is straight up. And I had to do that. Hey, I had to do that one time, man. I had to turn the damn thing up so I could hear the game. And they were like, well, what you had to do that for? I was like, bro, I'm trying to hear the game, man. I want to hear you talking. You know? And then sometimes, and another thing, that's like my sister's house, because like my niece and nephew, cousins and stuff like that, they all sit in the and I'll put it like this. Teenagers, if you got teenagers in family that's about 18, I'm put it like this, it's about 16 to 18 years old. We understand that you want to mingle with y'all age group. But if you want to learn some hard facts, if you want to get some life lessons, it's best you start sitting with the adults more.
exactly.
That's a must. You will see you have to start sitting with the adults. Cause ain't gonna be no adults in one room. That shit is all done with, to me. Now, unless the kids got a little spot, okay, if they're small kids. But if you got teenagers in your family and teenagers listen up, that's fine and good. You mingle with your age group. Also mingle in with some adults. That way you can learn. That way you can get some lessons on how to be adult, on how to be an adult, what to do and what not to do as an adult. You
Exactly.
know, lessons like that to get you a long way.
I agree.
Okay. Um, Not everybody can cook.
Thank you.
Let me repeat this again. Not every motherfucking body cannot cook. Not everybody cannot motherfucking cook. Okay? You got to learn how to break tradition. Nobody wants the same shit every Thanksgiving. The turkey, the ham, the what else?
Yeah.
And all the other shit. People want to have barbecue. People want to have they want to have something different. You know. So and then plus, if you say you can cook, and if you got your shit looking good, and you talking about you can cook dressing, you like dressing. I know how dressing look. But if you cook a thing of dressing and the shit sounding like some brand spanking new silver mint condition dollars, no, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Not everybody can cook. Also, don't be telling everybody what they need to eat and what not to eat.
Exactly.
Oh, you don't need to eat that because this I got make sure y'all leave some. This for my husband. You know, don't tell nobody, don't tell the guests or don't tell any family member what they can and what they need to eat and don't need to be eaten. I'm pretty sure they monitor their health better than you do. And y'all, whether you're the uncle or the auntie, y'all are the last person to tell somebody in regards to what they need to do
I
and
agree.
what they need to put in their body.
I agree because if that holiday is gonna cause them health problems, if that one day out of because you got Easter, you got Easter, you got Memorial Day, 4th of July, uh for some people Labor Day, and then uh you got Thanksgiving and you got Christmas. So that's 6 holidays out of 12 months. If those 6 days gonna cause people to have health problems, I get it. Let me be clear. I think people should eat more healthier.
True.
But this is a fucking holiday. Those holidays should be considered some cheat days in terms of eating healthy. Some people gonna want their chitlins. I think chitlins nasty as a motherfucker. Let's just be clear. But if a motherfucker want to eat their hog maws and chitlins for the goddamn holiday, let the motherfuckers eat that shit. We don't need you to try to be goddamn Dr. Sebi in this motherfucker. We don't need you to try to be Dr. Layla Africa on motherfucking day that people are trying to let their hair down. We got 6 days out of the week. Some people don't give a fuck about Easter. Okay, I get that. Some people probably don't give a fuck about Labor Day because people barbecue on Labor Day. But if that's going to make me have a heart attack in those 6 days out of the whole week, man, get the fuck out of here. We understand processed foods is bad foods. Let's not. I understand that 1,000%. I'm working on being more healthy as possible. I understand that. But don't pick that time outside of a fucking holiday because people going to drink on a holiday. People going to smoke some. People going to puff some green. You know what I'm saying? People gonna do something that they gonna do. People gonna let their hair down on the holiday. So don't try to have me know Dr. Sebi, Layla Africa, Dr. Africa powder type bullshit. Don't try to come with that shit at that particular time. We're not trying to hear that. Some of us is trying to look at some big old booties that, we're talking about guests that's non-family members. Some of us trying to campaign for something. We don't need you to try to talk about, oh, brother, that's the devil's food right there.
Oh, bro, hey,
you gonna forget.
Hey, I'll be over my, let me tell you something. Shout out to my sis Lola, man. She's in the hospital right now. Because they may believe that she had suffered a stroke and she didn't know it. So shout out to her right now. But when I be over there, man, it be some fine ass girl women come over there, man. At one time, I didn't know it. Okay. One of her daughter's friends. Now her daughter's friends had to be like in her 20s and shit. I think she's probably 20, 21 or something like that. This happened last year.
Yeah.
She started gaining interest in me. But I had to pump the brakes a little bit. Because what I respectfully do, hey, the young lady's old enough to be my daughter. What's going on, Marcus? Salute. The young lady old enough to be my daughter, man. So I mean, now if I was in the age bracket like still in my 20s or whatever, yeah, I would have entertained it. Was she attractive? Yes, she was attractive, but I'm not in that business right now. Don't want to be in that business right now where, what as Judge Joe would say, 17 gets you 20.
Right.
You got some people and families that do shit like that. Not me. Like I said, the young lady happened to be, like I said, she happened to be either 19 or going on 20. So I did the most respectful thing ever and pumped the brakes on that. So, it is what it is on that. Now, stop me if you have one of these, Jimmy. If you got a cousin that only shows up that you ain't never seen and only show up on Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner with a new man and the baby, don't bring your ass over there no more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that if you got if you want a family member, if you have a family member that's like that, that you hardly ever see or speak to, and the only time you see them is when they come over for Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner with a new kid, a new baby, and a new man. You already know what time it is.
Yeah.
So I know it's a whole lot. I know, Jimmy, I know it was a pause on that, but we all got family members that's like that. And if you are that family member that is like that in anybody's family, stop that shit.
I agree. That you look ghetto as hell doing that fuck real shit.
Agree.
You look you
Uh,
look you look extra ghetto doing that dumb ass shit. So
Also, the liquor. Jimmy, take over on that one.
the liquor. If you know you can't hold your liquor and you know you gotta drive back home, you know, let me compare this. Because Houston is a major metropolitan area. Because it's one thing to talk about Memphis, but if you gotta drive more than 30 minutes to your house, I would suggest number one, don't drink too much liquor because Texas Rangers are looking for people to pop in HPD and the Fort Bend County sheriffs, as well as Montgomery County sheriffs, as well as Harris County sheriffs, is waiting on you to look like you driving drunk and they're gonna stop your bitch ass. That's how the get down is out here. I don't know about Memphis because I haven't lived in Memphis in almost 6 years, but I'm pretty sure Shelby County and the metropolitan police out there is doing something similar. So, but if you got to drive more than 30 minutes, don't get wasted. It's okay to drink a couple of beers, and if you can, because some people, me personally, I'm not the type of person that's gonna choose to drink and drive. That's just not
Right.
me. If I feel like I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna sit there about at least a minimum of 4 hours at the highest and wait till late in the day before I drive. But other than that, I'm not the type of person that drinks and drives. I even tell my homeboy, you feel like you can drive? Fuck no. Because there's been times, me personally, that I've drunk one bottle of Budweiser or Bud Light and I got drunk off of it. That's how clean my system is. That's the reason why if I drink with the lack of drinking that I do, I have to drink very slow so it won't intoxicate me.
Hey, keep talking. I gotta take a leak right quick. Keep talking.
That's what they tell you in driver's ed. If you're gonna drink and you're not the type of person to drink slow so you won't be over intoxicated. Now that might be, not good advice for some people. Me, I'm just not gonna drink it all behind that wheel. That's just me personally. But if you know you can't hold your liquor, don't drink. Just don't drink. Don't get extra wasted. Call you what's popping and what's dropping, Marcus Johnson. I just saw that saw your comment, but if you know that you can't hold your liquor, don't drink. Don't get drunk at all. Sometimes the best route is to not have no alcohol for some people. And if you're gonna come over, at least get an Uber so you won't lose your driver's license, because paying that $5,000 fine because you just felt like you needed to drink something, it's just extra stupid for you. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't hold your liquor, you know what I'm saying, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's sometimes the best route to go is don't do nothing at all.
All right, I'm back.
I was basically telling them if you can't hold your liquor, don't do it at all.
Yeah, exactly. Now me, like when it come on that part, I mean, hey, I'm a beer drinker, and I'm a brown liquor drinker too, and I don't have a car. But if I know if I'm gonna go somewhere to eat, I'm gonna get buzzed. And like I said, Buffalo Wild Wings from a walk, between either or like Kubicon or Buffalo Wild Wings, whatever, it's about a 10 to 15 minute walk from my house. If I'm fucked up, I'm walking that shit off. But man, let me see what else we didn't cover. We covered the liquor. Don't go into the master bedroom.
For sure.
If you don't know how to cook, don't. Um, trying to think of another one. If you're a guest. Oh yeah. If speaking of, if you are a guest and if you in the room with the family and stuff like that, if they talking, just keep your ears open.
Uh-huh.
Keep your ears open and whatever, don't interject into the conversation. Don't interject yourself to the conversation or whatever, because sometimes if they want you to interject, that's fine. If they don't, hey, that's fine. Just sit back and listen.
Yeah.
Just sit back and listen. And I got plenty like that. Got plenty of that on both sides of my family. I have plenty of folks that's like that. They ain't, not, like I said, I got a couple individuals in my family that always make it their business not to make somebody feel not feel welcome. Uh, Let me check this game. And you got others that'll go out the way like that. But yeah, if you a guest and if you're in the room with all the other family members, yeah, just kind of sit back and and listen. And if they ask you, hey, what's your name or whatever like that, hey, you introduce yourself. And also, also family folks, when a guest do arrive, man, don't be acting all fucking silly. We Everybody got that one family member that likes to be heard. So don't get to acting silly or try to embarrass that person that's invited over to your house.
Agreed. Agreed.
Don't
Agreed.
do that. God damn. It is 49-27.
Yeah,
Ohio State,
they made a
Michigan.
little.
Yeah,
They made a
J.K.
little.
Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins got 3 touchdowns. Ohio State is fucking scared good, dog. So in the
Yeah.
big and the big in the Big 12 and in the Big 10 conference game, they play either the winner between Minnesota and Wisconsin.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't shit the bed versus either one of them because that'll be sickening. If
Mm-hmm.
if they shit the bed against Minnesota in Wisconsin,
Minnesota pretty good, man.
yeah, but they shouldn't be able to beat this
Yeah.
team. You
But
know.
man, but regardless, everybody in the big conference gonna get a bowl, BCS bowl.
Yeah. Nevertheless.
Except
Nevertheless.
Michigan. Yeah, but I mean, don't let's not,
It,
don't do that. And then here's another thing. Don't nobody in the family don't ain't got time to be waiting for the great auntie to come.
mhm.
For her to come tell all these little damn 8-hour stories and shit and food getting fucking cold.
I agree.
Ain't nobody got time for that shit. We ain't gonna talk about, well, when can we where to somebody when what you call them get here. I ain't got time. That's make and half the time, man, people don't want to be waiting on somebody to come so we can eat.
No, I agree.
You know, and also teenagers and everybody else, stay off the phone. That's fine and good. You want to put up a video on Facebook and all that, but look, stay off the phone, and that falls back onto with the teenagers and mingling with the adults. Stay your ass off the phone if you're gonna sit at the table with the adults. You know that's the time. It's time. Sometimes most times you gotta get off the phone. You know, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and that's the time to be spent with your family. You ain't got time to be on the phone, Facebook and Snapchat. Granted, you can Facebook like what's going on. Like I did a live a couple years ago with my side of the fam. Okay, that's fine and good. But when you just sitting there at the table, and if you eating at the table, leave that phone alone. please leave that phone alone.
I feel you. Man.
No, you got anything you like to add, Jimmy McWright?
Another thing, especially when it comes in general, don't bring up nothing heavy. In terms of topic discussion, don't bring up nothing heavy.
No.
Heavy topics is a thing that gets arguments started, that gets fights going on. Don't bring up nothing too heavy. Let's keep the conversation light work. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, if y'all talking about, okay, I'm gonna go to college, or I'm gonna take up a trade, I'm gonna travel and get a better job, okay, those are good discussions to have.
Yeah.
If you know you got hater in your system, you got the hater rate in your system, don't bring up nothing. Don't bring that up. If you got hater, because there's some people out there that got hater rate in their system and they don't realize it. They don't want to see nobody happy. They want to see everybody unhappy. Stop talking about people's baby daddies and shit like that. You know, when we talk about when we have a holiday and everybody want to come together and get together, don't bring up nobody baby daddy. Don't bring up nobody trash ass husband. If the husband trash, just keep that to yourself.
Thank you.
At least wait until everybody go home and then you have that one-on-one discussion. Other than that, when it's a crowd full of 20 people in there, don't bring that bullshit up. You know, you're gonna bring back up too many bad memories. Don't bring up don't bring up nothing heavy. During this discussion, man. Don't bring nothing negative up.
True.
When we having get-togethers and stuff like that, especially holiday get-together, because people want to relax their hair and do their thing and stuff like that, and don't bring up your negative executive ass bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because you coming over to people's house and talking about, well, my baby daddy did me wrong. He fucked my sister. He fucked my cousin on the side and all that. Bitch, nobody wants to hear that shit.
And some people don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that shit. That's none of my damn business. First of all, it's none of my business. And number two, I don't want you to disrespect anybody that I respect any fucking way. You know, and you might get G-checked in the process. It's like, look, I ain't trying to hear all that shit. I tell you, if I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it. Simple as that. Don't try to crowbar your negative ass discussions with people who don't want to hear that shit, because people want to lay their hair down, want to let their hair down. People want to relax. People want to drink their liquor in peace. People don't want to hear your bullshit negative ass discussions, your heavy topic, your strong-winded ass discussions. Nobody wants to hear that bullshit. We want to have us a good time, get to know people. We might not see them for another 3 to 6 months. So, respect the fact that people want to have them a great time. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And then that's another thing. You're like the heavy topics. Talk about everything else at the dinner table except the heavy shit in religion and politics.
Exactly. Nobody wants to hear about Donald Trump. Nobody wants to despise that. Treat that shit. Treat that shit like we treat this particular platform. Because to me, I don't give two shits about politics, because y'all know how I feel about politics. So,
me too. I don't like discussing this shit either, man.
Don't bring that extra ass shit talking about that's the devil's food. Oh Lord, you about to eat that pork. You about to eat that hog mog.
The fuck up talking to me?
Yeah, don't come. We don't want to hear about religion. We don't want to hear about. We don't want to hear no church sermon. And I've been at dinner tables with some of my closest friends, and this happens all the time. Nobody wants to hear that shit. We respect your belief system, but there's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just respect the fact that people wants to come in, have a good time without, being offensive. You don't have to be offensive to have a good time. People want to destroy people's great time, and that's not a time to destroy people's great time. So nevertheless, You know what I'm saying? Don't bring no heavy ass topic and don't bring no negative ass topics in the discussion.
And also, and if you are a guest here, and here's another thing: if you are a guest, you know, if you bring something, that's fine. But to all those family members out there, especially some of mine and everybody else's, if you bring your ass over and and you ain't contributed to shit, but then you want to take damn near the whole fucking Thanksgiving dinner home, don't bring your ass. Don't bring your ass over. Don't bring your ass back to the house. Hello?
Unless only rule about that, because some people they cook a big Thanksgiving dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So like in like yesterday or day before yesterday. With them, they're more than glad for people to take the whole damn Thanksgiving dinner to the house because they got more than enough food at the house. You know, they doing it like that. So that's a different avenue.
Yeah, okay. Well, what I mean by that is you make a pig and making pigs at yourself like you ain't got no fucking home training.
Okay, yeah, that's different right there. Because like in their case, you know, they do well enough for themselves to where, hey, you know, we need to get some of this damn food out of here. You know,
Yeah.
and like I say, they do a good job cooking. You know what I'm saying? I'm always welcome to cook over there. But in the case you're talking about, that's different. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't contribute anything, okay, now that's an issue. But if you're in a situation where the people really don't give a care because, you know, hey, they're trying to, you know, they ain't gonna be able to hold all this stuff in their house, you know, in their icebox. It's almost impossible. That's a different story.
Right.
Because you know, they were cooking for 20, 30 people. So of course, you know, that's a little different. That's a different topic, different conversation in itself.
Right. You know, and I'm not the, you know, hey, I ain't the, you know, now granted, if you know, if we're told to bring something, that's fine. If we're told not to bring something, that's fine too. But we also, I've had a family member, man, brung their friend over to my aunt's house one time. This we was staying in Chicago, and my pops had barbecue, right? My pops barbecued 5 slabs of, I think it was 5 slabs of ribs.
Right.
Okay. And 5 slabs of ribs, these are big ass slabs, and then and it was in pan of 3 pans. So because his friend was invited, and then when we getting ready to take fucking plates and shit home, the girl damn near took all the fucking ribs, man. She took all the fucking ribs, all the barbecue, didn't leave shit, just left the tips.
Now that is rude.
I'm like, wow, really?
How you describe that is rude. That's plain rude because people, you got to think about it. People want to take things home because, you know, like in my case, you know, Miss Stansel asked me did I want to take home some food. I'm like, shit, hell yeah, let me get everybody. You know what I'm saying? You know, but it was more than enough left for everybody else, other family members and friends to get it in. So
right.
It was like I took everything, and not think about other people. You know, hey, you know. Now, if it's a situation where nobody wants to take anything home, that's cool and fine. But if people still got an appetite for that food, because some people can cook so good to where, you know, hey, I want some leftovers. You know, I might not be, I'm full, and I might not be able to eat nothing, and you know, hey, let me get something to take home. You know what I'm saying? That's different right there. That's totally different right there. So in that case, you need to respect other people and be like, hey, you know, leave some for other people. Don't act like you a fucking charity case, because that's very disrespectful to people that then came over and took their time out to, you know, because like I say, they might not see this family member for a year, for another couple of years. We never know. So
right,
put some respect on people's shit.
Right. And also, last but not least, man, don't be stop it when your family member bring a guest in there to the house. Stop automatically assuming shit about this person. Like if he don't say nothing, he ain't like, oh, he must be retarded because he just too quiet. When you know what they say about them quiet folks, shut that shit up.
Exactly. Stop being a
Hey, if I put it like this, if the friend dressing with, if the guests come there with some skinny jeans on and he play for the other team, play for the same team, so be it. Don't judge them. Just but god damn, I know you heard that thunder. It's thundering over up here in South Haven, Memphis. Yeah, thundered so loud, dog. Shook the lamp. It's 55-27 now. But man, just because he'll probably walk in with some skinny jeans or something, or the clothes just probably just actually fit him. That don't necessarily mean he wear his clothes tight. That means he must be a fag. No.
Maybe he's a lean person.
He's a lean dude.
Yeah.
Like me. I'm lean. My clothes fit me. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm gay.
Yeah.
Because I was invited to a family member's house. Somebody told me, you must play for a team or something. I said, no. I get about as much pussy as you do. And then it kept it moving.
Yeah.
So don't be judgmental or pass judgment about a guest because by how he look, and also get to know him and stop assuming shit.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised. Nope. But other than that, man, you got anything you'd like to add?
Pretty much, man. Again, man, just be respectful as a guest and also respect your guest as well. And then if you don't got all your food ready and you're inviting people over before the food get ready, let them know up front before they come up there. You know what I'm saying? And another thing too for guests, even though I say the places to be is in the kitchen, when people cooking, don't be standing over motherfuckers when they cooking. Goddamn.
Thank you.
You got
Yeah.
You got extra niggalos or nigga shit ass motherfuckers that be doing that shit. Don't be standing over people while they cooking, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if they on the barbecue grill, they in the kitchen, whatever. Don't be standing over motherfuckers. They come conversate with me so I can kill time to cook. Don't do that bullshit. Common sense should tell you a lot of this shit should be common sense, but again, people don't have daddies in the household sometimes, and people don't have, people have hood rats as mammies. Yes, I said that shit. You know what I'm saying? Some of you motherfuckers out there. But use some goddamn common sense with certain shit. Again, if people invite you to their kitchen, don't be standing over motherfuckers. Sit down at the table like you should. If you in the kitchen, sit your bitch ass down. Unless them people say, come get your plate, sit your bitch down. But nonetheless, that's all I got, man.
And one more. And keep your badass kids where they need to be too.
Exactly. Keep your badass kids where they need to be, and keep your badass kids in check. Because when it comes to family members will whoop your ass, will whoop your kid's ass. You can't use that don't hit my baby on there with grandma. You can't use don't hit my baby with great grandma. You can't use that type of excuse.
No.
Especially with family members born before 1970. When you're dealing with family members born before 1970, don't hit my baby is not gonna work with no motherfucker like that. And they'll probably pop your bitch ass.
Oh shoot. Hey.
Yeah.
I've think on my pop side of the family, he had somebody did some shit like that. I forgot who he said it was. He had Yeah, somebody did that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Somebody had nerd tell his thing was somebody had nerd tell his great grandmama don't put their hand don't put their hands in the chest, turn around and slap the shit out their ass and kept it moving.
yeah. So keep your kids in line because when the old school get to them, they're gonna have an ass whooping they can remember. So if you don't want nobody
Mm-hmm.
whooping your goddamn kids or G checking your kids, put
Keep
some
your kids in fucking line.
keep them in line. You know, other than that, man, that's all I got, man.
Yep. Yep. But other than that, man, well, looking at some scores here, Georgia whooping up on Georgia Tech is about over with. Indiana and Purdue, they're tied up, so they finna head in overtime. Syracuse and Wake, they're tied. Middle Tennessee got a 3-point lead on Western Kentucky. So, oh shit. Wisconsin and Minnesota, they play next. I might watch. I might watch that. I don't know. I'm probably, man. I ain't in no really no good mood to be. Now, I'd be in the mood to watch some games. I'll check that one out.
Now that's a little closet. That's another rivalry. That's a closet rivalry. Minnesota
Mm-hmm.
versus Wisconsin, and believe it or not, Minnesota used to dominate that series before
Yeah.
the Barry Alvarez era. Before Barry Alvarez came from, I want to say he came from Miami. I want to say I forgot what he was a defensive coordinator for one of those national championship teams. But I gotta let me look this up as we speak. But before Barry Alvarez became the head coach of the Wisconsin Badgers, the
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota Golden Gophers used to like make the Wisconsin Badgers they ho.
Yeah.
Make them boys they ho. So
Hey, but they Alvarez, man. They said it, man, a good coach, but he a shit athletic director. He don't
Barry,
want to pay people.
he was the defensive coordinator on that national championship Notre Dame team. He was the defensive coordinator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which
Yeah, but when I was reading about him, him being the athletic director of Wisconsin now, they said he's a shit athletic director because he don't want to pay people he don't want to pay the people he hired.
yeah, but nevertheless, that's a rivalry between Wisconsin and Minnesota. That's a rivalry that all started with Alvarez coming from Notre Dame back in 1990 when he became the
Yeah.
head coach. When he became the head coach, and from my understanding, that 1990 team, the only team that they beat was a Minnesota team, and that started the rivalry. So, yeah, man. I mean, that's a hell of a rival. So, and Minnesota has like 5 national titles in their
Yeah.
history. You know, because the Big Ten does have the most national titles in football. You know, contrary to modern day times, whereas the SEC I think has the second most national titles, and the Big Ten has the most. But most of the Big Ten's national titles came before the segregation, the desegregation era. So,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, that's gonna be a good game. I could see that being a good game.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's pretty good because I like Minnesota's offense, man. They defense, they got a hellified deep. They offense where is it? Quick pass. Shit. Quarterback appears to know what he's been doing and shit like that.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So, nevertheless, man. Nevertheless, man. Everybody, y'all have a good, 4-day weekend, 2-day weekend, however your weekend is gonna progress. So,
Yes, I got to go in the morning.
do you?
So yeah, I ain't complaining. That's my schedule, Sunday through Thursday. But I'm going in Sunday through Friday. This week I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it again till I stop. So, like I said, I gotta make some serious bread, man, for real.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to budget what I got left, so I can have my lift fare for the next 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
So But other than that, Jimmy J doesn't have anything. So once again, this is Craig on behalf of Jimmy JSmoove and born and raised in 901. He relocated 832. Y'all finna know how he do. This is Craig Smith II, born and raised 773, relocated to the 901. Put up a lot of hit and miss in the 256, and now I'm back in the 662. So you should already know how I do. Y'all take care. Enjoy the rest of the remainder of your weekend. Do be careful with this holiday shopping, and we will be back next week to do our analysis next Saturday, to do our breakdown analysis of all the conference championship games, and if the bowl games are made, will more likely be there would probably be named sometime that following week after that. Jimmy J and I we will preview that. So preview most of the bowl games, most notable, and also next week's show we will have part one because there'll be two parts. Part one of our most surprising teams, disappointing teams, coaches, and all vice versa, college football, and also what have we learned so far? Because after the BCS championship game is over, the next show probably be about next in January would be what have we finally learned about the BCS. So that'll be coming up. So with this coming up college football season, toward the end of it, it's gonna be some two parts on certain topics and stuff. But other than that, y'all, take care. God bless. See y'all next week.
Peace.
And